The first thing to know is that if you are using the UT app as a non-Norwegian speaker, go to Profil, Innstillinger, and then click English, Englisk, which will put your phone, the app, into English. You can just click the back button, and then you can click through Show Tutorial, which will actually take you through all of the different buttons. A couple of things. So saved is you can create your own lists that you can use within the app. Not super important. That used to be the way that you downloaded maps. It's not anymore. Check Ut keeps a list of the places that you've checked into all over Norway. So how to check in. I actually had to go to Norway and sit in a cabin to make sure I did this one properly. But when you arrive at a cabin, you should see on your screen on the lower left this button that says Sjekk Ut, SJEKKUT. When you click that, it basically gives a digital record that you've been at the cabin. So I have not yet checked in to tonight's cabin, so let me do that. Now I need to click this green button. Click Sjekk Ut nå. Congratulations, you have registered a visit, and then you can write skrive in a digital guest book if you want. I'm going to click Jordet Senere, do that later, and close that. So the benefit of using the app is a couple of things. One is you can zoom in really far, particularly when you have data, to see the map, the underlying map, and so you can use it as you're hiking. It also has this little blue dot that is where you are at all times. It gives you the approximate length of these red lines are DNT, marked and maintained trails, so they have the characteristic T on them. These little lines are other trails. There's no guarantee on how well they're maintained. Sometimes they're fantastic, sometimes they're not. Sometimes, especially as you get off the popular trails, they're less likely to be well maintained. A couple of things to know about cabins. So I spent too much time on this app. So the things with the little check mark next to them mean that I have visited them. So let me take that off, that setting off, so that it's not clogging up the map. So as you zoom in, you'll see more and more of these peaks or bridges that you can check into. I'm going to take those off to make this easier to show. But what I want to talk about now is the types of cabin icons. So red are DNT owned and operated. Solid red, like you see here for Glitterheim, those are fully service cabins. So that's where you get your 3 meals and you get everything. Over here, where you see the slash cabins, those are self-service. So no one makes dinner, but there is a provision room where you can buy supplies. And then you'll see some of these empty cabin icons. Those are ubekjent, or unserviced cabins, so you have to bring your own food with you. There will be propane and wood for heating the cabin and for cooking. And then these triangles are emergency shelters that are not designed for overnight stays. Now, let's talk about an individual trip. So even after you put your UT app into English, it translates, I'll show this rather than say it. It translates some of the labels, so cabins and trips that you can see up at the top. It does not translate descriptions of the cabins. As you can see here, the description of Yendebu is still in Norwegian. So still like that. However, one of the cool things, if you can go to trips, you can see these summer routes. Routes are split into summer and winter routes. Winter routes have to be done on skis. Summer routes can be done on foot. You can open any of these routes, and you can now, with one click, download a GPS. And somehow that has gotten my phone to show you that I am reading about the World Cup. You can also see the elevation profile. Really handy. So they've made a lot of great updates. The last thing to know here, this button allows you to download, just click download map and pick where. So that is really extremely handy app. Make sure to change the language into English first. This is the new DNT app, which used to be a separate membership card and Hütte app, but they did some huge upgrades. So this is the homepage. You see your membership, Instillinger, Spraak, language. This one, if you just click it, it changes it to English. You can go back. So a couple of really useful things here. One is you can look at your booked cabin stays. It just pops you out to the website for now. The big thing is for cabin purchase. So I am currently staying at Challeves Hütte. But when you go back, you can see any of the cabins. They're listed by their proximity to you. Select the cabin you're at. You can pay for either accommodation, which is your overnight stay, or a day visit, a dagsbesök. You just enter when your stay was. It pops up automatically with the price for members. I could add a guest if I wanted to. I'm just me. So, and then for protocol number, that's the number in the book when you sign when you first get to the cabin. The reason for that is just it helps them with their accounting. Hit add to cart, and that gives you a shopping cart that you can then either pay or save and pay later. I usually save and pay later because I'm usually out of service. I happen to be in service right now, so we'll actually go through and do the payment process, but you don't need to see my credit card number on this video. So one of the other things that you can do on the app is when you are at self-service cabins, so cabins that have provision rooms, I've got Gypsla up here as an example, you can actually use this to pay for your food, your stay, and other products. The challenge is that I've set my app in English, but the product names are still in Norwegian. The actual packages will be labeled with the Norwegian names, so it is possible to cross-reference the actual package to what you need to pay for in the app. So the prices in red on the side are the DNT member prices. So DNT members pay 15% less than non-members, so those gray prices are the non-member prices. So here it works exactly the same as if you're paying for a stay. You can just add whatever you used, put it in your shopping cart, and then hit either pay or save and pay later if you're not in phone service.